this is my base on the PleasantCraft server, and you know what? I like it a lot. It is really, really cozy up here in the airship. However, there is just one slight problem. Space. I mean, just look at it up here. Look at all the shulker boxes. I am very quickly running out of space. And as more and more of my chests begin to be filled with junk, I think it's about time for a solution to this problem. And that solution is definitely not to clean out the inside of this place, and to instead make a massive mega base. Yes, that's right. Today is the day I finally begin my mega base, and I am super excited for what I have planned. It is a really cool design, but in order to show you it, I actually have to build the thing, which is much harder than it sounds. For instance, I had to first get myself a ton of materials from another nearby swamp, particularly lots of mangrove wood, which may or may not have had a toll on the local environment. I mean, just look at the devastation we've caused here. This almost looks like a completely different biome now with all the trees gone. I wonder what you'd call this. Maybe the mangrove brambles biome or the mangrove shrub biome or something. But yeah, to all the frogs whose home I've just completely destroyed, I'm really sorry. I mean, I'm not that sorry. It was for a good cause in the end. But, you know, I'm sure they'll learn to live with it, right? I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But now, thanks to our resource gathering efforts, I think we finally have everything that we're gonna need to start off this mega base. So, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get straight to some building. And with that, my friends, we now have a fantastic start to this brand new mega base, and I absolutely love it. I mean, just look at all of the little details we have packed in here. Over here, we have some gears and cogs kind of sticking out of the wall, as well as these cool little sticky outy overhang bits, which kind of tie it in with the villager factory build over here. However, if I were to pick my absolute favorite detail, it would probably have to be this lovely greenhouse out at the front here, complete with these vines and all of these flowers, and even a redstone bee farm, which was pretty easy to set up. And it's already been producing quite a bit of honeycomb, which will come in handy for waxing copper. But even though I'm really proud of this build, there is still one very crucial thing missing, and that is, well, an interior, which, don't worry, I do have a very cool plan for, but I think that's gonna have to come a little bit later because there's something else that requires my attention. And that something is right through this nether portal here. You see, we as a server have been working a lot on a temporary nether hub over this past weekend, and you can see people have been setting up all sorts of cool builds for their portals. I think over there is Mig and Viking, that there is the shopping district, and Hosers over there. All really cool builds. However, my portal, it's looking kind of poopy. So what I want to do here is just build a little structure kind of similar to the style of my base to let everyone know this is where I live. And as with all my other builds, first thing I want to place down is this little copper skeleton to just kind of guide the way as we start placing down more and more blocks. And I think I'm going to want this to be quite a tall build, so let's stop right up here. This seems good. Now we can go right ahead and begin placing down some mud. And voila, there we go. We should now have something that's starting to look pretty good, although right now it's kind of just looking like a giant cardboard box. I think adding in a little bit of packed mud just as some extra texture might help with that a bit. I also want to see if maybe I can add in a few little windows right up here at the top. So let's just break those out, get ourselves some glass panes, bam. And then to top it off, just some jungle trapdoors as shutters. And just as a little bonus feature here, I want to try and add in a little copper piping so that way we can, again, signify that steampunk style we're going for. And at the back here, I also want to throw in another copper gear or cog. I just can't get enough of these, really. I think something like this will probably help the build stand out quite a bit more. And now let's go ahead and have a look at the final product, shall we? Yes, look at this. Wow. I mean, this looks absolutely amazing for just winging it on the spot. Yeah, man, I'm really digging this build. I don't think it could have turned out much better, so, you know, I think this has been a pretty big success. However, before we finish things off here in the nether, there's something that I noticed about one of the other portals. Yes, this over here, this is Mig's portal, and as you can see, it's in the shape of a giant music note. But look at this, when you go near his portal, you get a little jingle, which I think is so cool. However, I also think this might be a really good opportunity for a little prank, for a little trolling, perhaps. All we need to do is disconnect the existing line of note blocks here and, well, start making our own. Yeah, I bet you can see already where this is going. Alright, this should do the trick. Now we just have to reconnect the redstone line over here and make our way back out. So now, if we walk up to this portal, we should be able to hear, well, a very recognizable tune. Yeah, that's right, folks, we're rickrolling them. And I do not want to admit how long this took me to figure out in note blocks. It was quite a long time, but I think this will be quite the prank. Actually, now that this is done, I do see that Mig is online, so maybe we might be able to catch his reaction. Let's just keep watch here to see if maybe, just maybe, he goes through his portal. Oh, there he is. Oh, he has definitely heard it. Oh no.
Ah, Milkman!
Look, it had to be done, all right? It was too easy. It was too easy, man.
Please tell me you didn't break anything of mine.
No, it's all still down there. I just made a new line of note blocks, and
Okay.
I mean, do you like it?
Oh.
Never gonna give you
Okay, that's
up.
a good prank.
Never gonna let you down.
That's the thing. I literally got on today to record the bit, you know, like checking things out, and then of course that's the first thing I hear.
Well, glad you enjoyed. I'll be off on my way now. Goodbye. Alright, well, I think it's safe to say by now in today's video we've gotten pretty distracted, but bringing things back here to the base, I wanted to finally start work on the interior here, which I have a really cool idea for. You see, rather than sealing everything off, I wanted this interior to be more of an exterior, really, kind of a courtyard of sorts that I could then fill with all sorts of lush vines and greenery and even a water feature, which you can see being built right there. And all in all, I think this style works out really well for me. I love the way the mangrove is just kind of a backdrop to all of the vines. It's just the perfect color. And I think going forwards, I want to try adding more of this kind of plant life into my builds because honestly, it's something I haven't been doing a lot of lately, and it really just makes your build feel so much more alive. I mean, altogether, this is just the kind of place I'd love to just sit back, relax, maybe sip down on a cold iced tea with a book or something. I mean, it's just got that kind of vibe to it, and I really enjoy it. However, you may have also noticed I have put in a bunch of chests along the walls here. This is actually going to be my main storage system for the season. It isn't currently automated, but maybe eventually I will. I haven't quite made up my mind. But either way, this will have plenty of space for all of the items we have. Now, as for the rest of the building, this is currently very unfinished, as you can see. I'm thinking this room here is probably going to be some sort of bedroom area with all of my functional blocks like the crafting table, smithing table, loom, all that stuff. And then over here, I'm going to have these entrances be a way to get up to the upper levels where you can see all of those windows up there. But for now, I'm content leaving that project for another day because, well, we have done a whole lot in today's video, and I'm afraid I am running out of time. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.